It seems many have either forgotten or moved on from the tragedy that happened on this day back in 2016. An implosion caused the collapse of a cage at Lily Mine in Mpumalanga, resulting in the deaths of Pretty Nkambule, Yvonne Mnisi and Solomon Nyirenda. Nearly 9 years later, the families of the deceased continue to fight for closure and justice, waiting for their loved ones' remains to be retrieved so they can finally be laid to rest with dignity. Our reporter Nhlamulo Mabasa is at the site of this disaster and joins us now live. And while many people have forgotten, Nhlamulo, safe to say that ActionSA is being among the parties who are more vocal about ensuring there's justice for these families over the years.
Good morning, Ayanda. Good morning to our viewers. Yes, we are coming to live to you from Lily Mine this day. It's actually quite blazing hot here, but it's quite a somber mood here. The day started on a rocky note where the community, it said that it's community members that were protesting, actually highlighting their plight, actually demanding jobs. We don't know if they use this day as an opportunity to raise their issues or concerns that they have as the community, as they say. But Ayanda, we actually were about 30 minutes ago, we were actually inside the mine where the prayer session started. I'll move a bit out of shot so that our viewers can actually see Lily Mine. For those who have no idea how it looks like right now, this is Lily Mine. This is where the tragedy happened in 2016, where 3 people have lost their lives, believed to be underground to this day, 9 years later. Like you said in your intro, Ayanda, it seems like many have forgotten about this tragedy or this disaster that happened here. But for more on this, Ayanda, we'll welcome Herman Mashaba, who's the ActionSA president. They are leading the commemoration here. As you know, each and every year they come here to meet the families, to be with the families, to actually remember those who are still trapped underground, the Lily Mine. But for more on this, we will welcome Tate Herman Mashaba just to tell us more on what we can expect on this day of the commemoration. There's a lot to unpack when we're talking about Lily Mine, Ayanda. There's a lot to unpack, Tate Mashaba, when we're talking about Lily Mine, when we talk about the tragedy that happened here. Today we started on a rocky note. We started on the road where I saw you actually picking up stones and rubbles just trying to get in here. Let's just start on that note. Your reaction?
Well, really very sad, and I think let us get South Africans to know it's not really the community behind blocking of the roads. These are agents sent by faceless people. This is not the first time that these 3 families have suffered. As you are aware, 6 years ago when they came to camp after being told that the container cannot be retrieved, but they were wondering how come illegal mining was happening, but in the meantime they were told that the container cannot be retrieved. Then they decided to come and say, look, we're going to retrieve the container ourselves, and unfortunately they were stopped, including our own government and mine management getting a court order preventing them from setting up their camp a kilometer away from here. And on more than 2 occasions where their campsites were burned down in the middle of the day with known criminals, it had to take ActionSA to really get those people arrested. But a year later, they were all acquitted. Even up to today, we don't know why these people were acquitted when evidence is there, images of their criminality captured. Like we saw today, you saw the police not doing anything. We had to actually clear the roads ourselves. The police were there just there accompanying us, and I kept asking them, why are people not arrested? That is something that the Minister of Police, I am personally going to write to the Minister of Police to lodge this complaint officially as a South African, because it's not only us who are prevented from coming here. The community was prevented from going to work. School children, I'm sure you saw, were prevented from going to school.
But because of time, Tate Mashaba, let's just, sorry to cut you short, it's because of the limited time that we have. Can we please bring it back to the commemoration? We're coming from the prayer session now where I saw you were leading with the pastors, the prayer session, remembering the Lily Mine 3 as you call them. What is the meaning of this day 9 years later?
Well, it's a very sad day. It's a day where we want want South Africans to remember that we've got Pretty Nkambule, Yvonne Mnisi and Solomon Nyirenda 70 meters down, and our own government with the mine management refusing even us actually giving us permission to retrieve this container. We are here every year to ensure that one day Pretty, Yvonne and Solomon bodies can really be retrieved so that the family can really see justice and go back to their homes, because they've committed, they've been camping for 6 years, they've committed that they are not going to leave this site until the such time that this container is retrieved. So today is really a commemoration for South Africans never to forget the human rights violation of these three families.
And you know, when you're mentioning these issues, yesterday when we visited the family, there was a night vigil and a prayer yesterday. We were talking to the family, actually just finding out on how they've been doing. Yes, it's 9 years later. How are they emotionally, you know? When we were talking to them, they actually raised issues. Now, I heard you mentioning that the container is trapped 70 meters down. There's been a number of issues, even the family raised, that they are concerned when it comes to the recent illegal mining activities that were happening, the zamazamas that were retrieved. It was kilometers. We're talking about Stilfontein. Sabi, it was 150 meters down, but they will retrieve the illegal miners. The families are raising that. Why is it so difficult for this container to be retrieved? That
is something that we're really asking for answers to this. As you are aware, to just remind South Africans again, very important, the Bombela Magistrate Court in October 2023 came out with a judgment with the National Prosecuting Authority to criminalize charge mine management for reckless mining. Secondly, to charge some members of South African Police Services here in Barberton for refusing to take when the families went to report this case, they refused to take the case. They wanted some senior members in the Department of Minerals and Energy to be charged for their complicity, lying to the families and the country that that container cannot really be retrieved. Right now, you will see on Monday, my legal team, as I was coming yesterday, the papers are ready, where we are now going to approach the High Court in this country to ensure that we can be given access for ActionSA to get professional mine rescue operators to really give us a quotation without a cost to mine management, because they keep on raising issues of shareholders. So we are saying we've got nothing to do with mining. We just want the retrieval of this container. Give us the permission at our own cost. And they are refusing, including actually even the president of the country, even not having the decency to acknowledge receipt of our letter.
What are the reasons that, because I hear you saying they are refusing, what are the reasons given on paper or whichever way, communication, whatever?
I would really request, please ask the NPA here in Mpumalanga and National. You know how many letters I've personally written to them? The family had to obviously complain. We went to the National Prosecuting Authority head office sometime last year. Even up to today, we don't know. I really wish you can engage them. They can tell you the reasons why they are refusing to prosecute.
Should you still face a stumbling block, what is the way forward to assist these families? Because at the end of the day, it's for them to find closure. But what will be the way forward? Well,
we're trying through the courts, we're trying to really get South Africans to wake up like they did when criminal elements, people who went down Stilfontein mine on their own voluntarily, the whole country stood up for them. But we find it really very strange that the Lily Mine 3, Yvonne, Pretty and Solomon, it looks like their lives are not important to South Africans. We want to carry on with our lives. I just want to assure the family and South Africa that for as long as I'm alive, we're going to do everything possible to ensure that this container is retrieved.
Thank you, Mr. Mashaba. There you have it, Ayanda, in detail. Mashaba, they are telling us in detail their frustrations that they've had to deal with for the past few years when talking about Lily Mine. Ayanda, it's quite a somber moment. You know, when we're talking to the families, you can actually see that they've lost hope, but they do say that they are still hanging in there. Hopefully, ActionSA will come through for them, but they are actually saying that they have lost all hope.